Hello everyone, welcome back. As you can see by the video title, I've got a video here on whether or not you can play Marvel Rivals on the Steam Deck. And the quick answer is yes. Yes, you can. So if you're just here for that, you can close out now. But if you want to know the details on it, I'll go ahead and show you some of the settings and the way that I have it running. I got the intro cinematic here, as you can see. Everything's running pretty smoothly. Yeah, so far, this might come out before my Steam Deck video, but I will say this is an incredible piece of hardware. For $500, it's insane. As you can probably tell from looking at it, I have the OLED model, but I got the 512 gigabyte one because, frankly, a terabyte seemed a little bit too much for my Steam library size. And then on the bottom here, you can actually put in an SD card, which I put in another 512. So this thing's running at a little bit under a terabyte just because of the way they partition drives. But anyway, it's been running pretty much everything at excellent quality. I'll go ahead and pull up these settings here on the side. As you can see, I've got an hour and 43 minutes of battery life left because I've got it on like half a charge. But I'll turn these on over here. So now you have the overlay on the side, which you can read pretty clearly. So yeah, as you can see, I have it locked at 45 FPS, which is actually in my settings down here. I have it under the Marvel Rivals profile. So yeah, that's usually what, like, if you're trying to run games that are a little bit demanding, 45 is kind of the perfect number, which a lot of people have already, been saying. That's not really a new talking point. However, there are some games that you can run at 60, like Hades 2, I run at 60. The Master Chief Collection, I run at 60. Some of them, like Portal and like the older games, like Left 4 Dead, I run at 90 FPS, which is the cap. The screen can go up to 90. Oh, also a little focus there. Let's focus back in. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go into the settings here to show you. Also, while I'm in here, I'm going to turn off Easy Swing, wherever that's at. Yes, there it is. It's under Venom. Because this is actually pretty insane. I didn't realize that you could turn that off. This thing, if you have it turned on, it kind of launches you across the map, whereas this one kind of gives you a little more control. But anyway, back to the point of the video. But yeah, just putting it in there because I would recommend everybody, if you're going to play as Venom or Spider-Man, turn off Easy Swing. It is terrible. All right, so we've got the settings here now. As you can see, the primary monitor under target, I have it under borderless windowed, which I think is usually the best way. Some games it runs better full screen, but other times windowed is the better way to go. And this one I would highly recommend always turning on this Intel XeSS, because even though the processor and the graphics card in this is AMD, for some reason the AMD one just doesn't work as well as the Intel. I don't know why, I don't know the math behind it, I don't know the science, but that's all I know, because you see it has like Epic, AMD, and Intel. In every game that I've ever tested on this thing, Intel just works way better. And then over here I've got the super resolution mode set to performance, I have the sharpening set to 80%. Frame generation I've turned off, low latency I've turned off. You don't really need it. I haven't really found too much of a need for it, especially when you're running it at 45 FPS. The latency kind of doesn't matter. And then over here I have limit FPS turned on. I have it limited to 45. VSync I have turned on, as you would imagine. And then under here, I would just recommend just hitting optimize, because on the Steam Deck, it's going to set everything to low. So it's like, instead of going through one by one and turning them all to low, I would just hit optimize because it's going to do it anyway. And frankly, because of the Steam Deck screen size, low just really doesn't matter. Like, you don't need to have that much detail, which you'll kind of get into the gameplay here. So yeah, let's go over into the practice range, because it doesn't really matter if you're playing online or just the practice range. It kind of has like the same, like frames and CPU usage and stuff like that. So really I can just kind of show it off in here. And it's basically the same as if you were to join a game. And I don't want to be stuck in like a 10 to 15 minute game just to show it off. Yeah, anyway, you got Diva here, Penny Parker. Let's go over to Venom, which is currently my main. He is not only incredibly good, but he also just looks incredible as well. So yeah, as you can see, everything's running very smoothly. You can see in the top corner there, everything's running. It's kind of peaking somewhere around 90 on the GPU usage, which is, very fine. It works perfectly well. And as you can see, running it, because the video is being filmed at 60 FPS, so as you can see, running at 45 is very smooth. So you're not really sacrificing much. Let me go ahead and wall climb up here. I know for first-person shooters, like I'm going to be mainly playing this on the Xbox just because I have a 120 hertz TV and I have the Series X. So you can play this at 120 hertz if you have, that combination of things on console. And I guess same thing on PC if you just have like a, high refresh rate monitor and a good PC. Trigger my ultimate here. Yeah, there we go. It's not super damage dealing, but it is nice being able to hit multiple people. But yeah, as you can see in the corner there, it's kind of losing focus a little bit, but everything's staying at a super solid 45 FPS, even when I'm jumping and moving around using my attacks. So if you're looking to play this on the Steam Deck, it is very doable. As you can see, it is running very well, staying at a solid 45 up there in the corner, not dropping below that. Yeah, that's why I always stick with the Intel one, because I'm going to jump it over to the AMD just to show you. But for whatever reason, even though everything in this thing is AMD, it just doesn't work the same. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and load this back up. Yeah, see, look at that. Immediately. It is now running at 20 FPS. The GPU is spiking. Look at that, 99%. This thing is struggling with the AMD turned on for some reason. And as you can see visually, it's not even like it looks better. So you're just getting worse quality. The latency is terrible. Frames are terrible. So now let's go back and jump that over to, oh, even the menu here. Jump that right back over to Intel. Frames are stabilizing once again. GPU is dropping down, getting around to that 90 maximum. Game scope sticking at 45 FPS. Oh, and as you can see, I'm not using the face buttons because the Steam Deck has what every controller from this point on should have, and it has back paddles. So basically everything that you could need it for, whether it's jumping like this or using your abilities, which I'm going to use one that involves the X ability. Climb up here. Just do the dive. So yeah, playing FPS games and pretty much anything, like even Devil May Cry, I usually just jump by hitting the back, and that frees up like not having to do all of this over here. But even then, I will say the placement on this thing is actually pretty crazy. Like, look how close it is to the thumbsticks. Yeah, this thing, I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. It is a 10 out of 10. I don't even really need to do any reviews on it. It is insanely good. I've been satisfied with every single game I've tried to play. I've played Cyberpunk, Diablo 4, Sea of Thieves, everything running at a smooth 45, which again, on this screen, looks very good. Yeah, that's really all there is to say about this. You can see it's running well, you know, nothing's stuttering. It's peaking at 99 there for a second, but now we're back to normal. But yeah, as I mentioned, you know, just stick it on Intel and you are good to go. Put it on performance mode. Not much else needed there. Kind of set it and forget it. But yeah, obviously I will be back with some Steam Deck videos and also Marvel Rivals videos. Of course, the first one will be Venom, just because he's probably my favorite Marvel character ever. He kind of competes with Spider-Man, but usually, I don't know, I just gotta go Venom. I love his moveset, just his design, the fact that he can turn into a ball of goop like this, become a big mouth. It's just, what is there not to love about him? But yeah, anyway, that'll be it for now. I'll see you in the next video.